June. How are
How
you?
are you? Hi, Belle.
Hi.
How you doing?
I'm so good. How are you?
Really good, thanks. Really good. It's a good day.
It's a good
I
day.
mean,
It's
yeah,
gloomy over here, but it's still a good day because I get to talk to you today.
I get to talk to you. That makes it even better, huh?
I'm so excited to be talking with you and to discuss the Helstrom series. I am
I'm
really,
looking
really
forward to it.
excited for the show.
I'm really proud of it. I'm excited for people to see it. I just think it's so good.
Well, I can't wait. I watched the first 10 minutes at least a couple times by now, like 5 or 6 times.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was surprised to watch the first 10 minutes because it reminds me of another show kind of like this, like the dark and kind of like a oh demon hunting type of show, like Constantine from the DC comics.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. There's a I mean, it's a different universe, I know, but yeah, it is. There's that whole Constantine, but I never got to see the series, but honestly, I loved the movie so much that it was just like,
The Keanu
yeah,
Reeves movie.
it's
I
I
love
don't know
that
if that's
too.
like, yeah, it was cool. It
It
was so
really
cool.
was, but I do prefer the TV version because the actor
You do. Why is that? What makes the
It
TV
kind of
version so
captures
good?
the comics a little bit more in
Yeah.
the CW series,
Yeah.
and on Legends of Tomorrow. He's also a regular on that. So
Yep.
it kind of like captures more of who Constantine is, other than the Keanu Reeves version. But there are
Yeah.
two different versions. So I guess they were just trying to stick to the comic book version for the
Well,
series.
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Okay, I gotta like go track that down because I do want to see the
It's
TV
really
version.
good.
I really do. Yeah, yeah.
I know some of them are on Netflix, but the Constantine TV show
Yeah.
is probably on the DC Universe app.
Oh, oh, because of course there's an app. Why do I I have I I know so little. Okay, so I gotta look on the DC app. Okay,
Yeah,
cool. All
but
right, I'll look it up.
I got that kind of feeling when I was watching the preview for Helstrom.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got me really hooked because I love that kind of stuff. Like
Ah,
watching Lucifer or
yep.
Constantine. It just got that kind of feeling where it gets me really hooked because I love that kind of genre.
Yeah. It you know, I think I've what's cool about it is it's so grounded. It's not like outside the realm of possibility,
Mhm.
you know. It feels so much like it's a slice of life only a little bit off, and the stuff that's off just sends you into sort of a whirlwind of terror, but it's always grounded, really smart terror.
And I never seen anything like this for Marvel before, so the show
Never.
is gonna be a little dark, a little scary,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like how they did for Lucifer and stuff for
Right.
DC, or the Neo Gaiman stories. But
Right.
it just got me very excited because Marvel is going in a different direction
Yeah.
for their series. So to
Yeah.
see this and see the other projects they worked on, from the movies to the other TV shows,
Right.
um, it's like this whole other world out there that they haven't yet got to share.
Yeah, and you know what's interesting is the showrunner creator Paul. He's always really careful to say that Hellstrom is not in the MCU universe. It's in MCU universe. It's its own animal. And so when we struck out in this direction, it was a really it's a it's a real departure for them. Real departure. And so, you know, what's cool about that is we kind of get to uh, make our own world and tell the story we want to tell without having to reference things that without having to rely on the rest of the universe, and
Right.
that can be really freeing, really liberating. It's Yeah, you don't have that pressure to live up to something else. It's its own animal.
Exactly. They did the same thing for Marvel's Agents of Shield. The first couple of seasons they relied on the MCU, and then by
Hmm.
season 4 or 5 they made it its own universe.
Yeah, yeah. And it seems like it's a fun way to go, you know. I It's funny you say that because that was one that, again, Paul talked about a couple of times, and he'd said, yeah, with Agents of Shield, we had that character who was officially a MCU character, but um by that, I think when they were able to cut loose and just kind of do their own thing,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just there's something about it that's kind of
I
neat.
didn't realize they disconnected the show from the MCU until like the last season aired because I was like
Yeah.
expecting what happened in Infinity War and Endgame to show up.
Mhm. Mhm.
And when I realized that didn't happen, I was kind of curious about what just happened.
Yeah.
I was like
Yeah.
expecting characters to disappear and then reappear and
Right.
part of that 5 years after Infinity War.
Right.
See that and to see that Agents of Shield was its own world now makes me kind of thrilled actually.
Uh-huh. Yeah, you because all of a sudden all of these new possibilities open up, Yeah, it's really neat. It's
It
really
really
neat.
is, and I'm excited to see what Helstrom will do for this universe for that show, and I'm hoping that there will be many other seasons after that.
Whoa! You and me
I
both.
love my Marvel. I love my Marvel comic stuff, so I'm even shows that end after one season, I still love them.
Yeah, yeah. They're very special. They're a very special kind of storytelling. And it's so cool to get to be a part of it because it's um it's so imaginative, you know, and it's so creative, and I don't know, it's just exciting. And yeah, it's just exciting. The whole thing is just really
And
exciting.
I growing up with autism wasn't easy for me, so I
Hmm.
had all these comic books and Marvel and DC to kind of
Right?
be there to guide me on a daily basis, even when things
Yeah.
were very tough for me.
Yeah.
So I would read the comics, I would watch the movies over and over again,
Yep.
and I learned new things pretty much every day.
Yeah.
I didn't have a really great childhood because I
No.
was always bullied and I didn't have friends. So to have these superheroes to look up to has been a huge inspiration to me and had a great impact on my life, pretty much my whole life since I was diagnosed with autism.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have that, and it still is today.
And it still is. It's interesting because I was bullied as a kid too. Um, I was always really quiet and very much a bookworm.
Yeah, same.
And you just I for me it was actually X-Men. It's funny that you had the same experience because for me it was the X-Men. I just felt like um I mean, I didn't know as much as some of my friends did who kind of stayed close to comic books, but they're the ones who turned me on to them. My friend Lisa in particular turned me on to comic books. And the X-Men, getting to see people who were, how do you say it? I guess getting to see people who were different
Hmm.
and who embraced it and said, "You know what? This is me." And in fact, it's my superpower.
Exactly, that's what I would say. Because I would say my autism and my hearing loss is my superpower. I don't see
Yeah.
it as a disability at all.
No, no, for me, it's being able to see situations from a distance and not get drawn in, and being able to sort of see and understand where people are coming from because I'm able to just be quiet and let them be who they are. And then, you know, it allows community to happen.
Exactly.
Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm making
It
sense.
really
Yeah.
does. I've been saying this for a couple of years now because now that I've opened myself up to the world and let people know that I'm a little different, I
Yeah.
don't like to see myself as disabled, but more like
Right.
a superhero of sorts.
Right.
Because I
No.
inspire people on a daily basis for some accidental reason, where
Oh,
whether
I don't think it's accidental. I think you've
or
made
started as
so many.
accidental, and then I continue to inspire people through my art or my YouTube
Yeah.
videos. And
Yeah.
I have great connections with other celebrities who are
Yeah.
involved with the autism community
Yeah.
or other kind of communities. and to have that, it just makes me really happy to have that.
I really admire you, honestly.
Yeah,
I really do. You know, as it's so funny because when you're an actor, you're supposed to be out there and you're supposed to be brave and you're supposed to be all of these things. But I know that for me, stepping outside of my comfort zone
yeah.
has taken years of practice. And you just do it. You're just like, this is me. What?
Well, it
And
took me
I
a long time to get to where I am now.
did it.
It wasn't until after I left high school I started to do things outside my comfort zone.
Wow. But still, I mean, you even after just you were that young and you said, nope, this is me.
Yeah,
That's so brave. That's why
thank
I
you.
that
Thank
is so brave. you know.
Yeah, and it just I didn't have my own group of friends or anything, and I didn't have the
Yeah.
best schooling as well
Yeah.
because um I was very into the special needs classes. I didn't
Uh-huh.
get the chance to be mainstream or do anything I wanted to do.
Right.
So as soon as I left high school, I was able to experience the world I'd never seen before.
Wow. And you just embraced it.
Exactly. There's still some things I haven't done yet, like go to
Uh-huh.
school to learn how to be an artist and filmmaker.
Yeah.
Um, and that's something I really hope to do sometime soon. Well, I was going to
Oh,
try
that's
to do
gonna
it this
happen.
fall, but then COVID happened, so that kind of
Hmm.
hit my plan there. But
Right.
I'm not gonna give up on my dreams and hopefully maybe work for Marvel or Disney.
You're gonna do it. Yeah, that's just going to happen.
I
I
hope
can
so.
tell. That's just gonna happen. That's just gonna happen. Because you're that person.
Thank you.
You're 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 awesome. That's you just get that I, somebody who just says hi and says, "Hey, I want to do this." And then you do it. You just do what you say you're going to do. Then somebody who has the courage to step out and say, "This is what I'm going to do," and then does it, that person cannot be denied. You cannot be denied. I can see that right now.
Thank you. Thank you. It's so kind of you. I'm
It's
really
true.
looking forward to see what my future is gonna be like after that.
I cannot wait to see what you're going to do next.
Me too. I had a very interesting phone call the other day actually that kind of jump started a lot of things for me.
Yeah.
I got to talk with Todd McFarlane.
I saw that. I was like, "What?" I saw that your one of your Instagram posts. It was like, "Oh my gosh, what?"
Yeah,
So okay,
I
so what
wrote
happened?
a letter and sent him a copy of my sketch of Spawn, and he just up and called me and said he wanted to give me a call because he thought my letter was really inspiring. I'm still freaking out to this day because I did not answer the call when he originally called me because I did
Uh-huh.
not know the number at all. But when
Right.
I got his voicemail a couple hours later, I was like freaking out.
That yeah.
Like, I should I answer this call? But no, he actually called me back yesterday and we got to talk.
And you got to talk?
Yeah.
What's he like? He's nice,
Oh,
huh?
he's really nice. He mentioned that he got my letter just recently and my
Yeah.
sketch. He
Yeah.
everything at his office was closed because of COVID, and that he just
Sure.
got it. And he mentioned that he loved my letter and that he wanted to get in touch with me.
Oh my gosh.
I
Oh my gosh.
freaking out about it because I'd never had a connection before. I meet people at Comic Cons or talk on social media, but
Yeah.
never actually get a call from someone.
Man. I I mean, when you that's the thing. It's like when you put yourself out there and when you get behind yourself, the world just kind of answers back and says, "Here you go." You know,
Exactly.
you just, yeah,
He was
yeah.
really fantastic to talk to, and he's
Oh
one of
my
my
gosh.
heroes. So he's
Yeah,
one of the artists that inspired me to get into the industry,
yeah,
like Stan Lee did, and Jack Kirby and Rob
yeah.
Liefeld. And instead of just being on the camera most times, I'm
Hmm.
better off being the artist behind the scenes making animations.
Yeah,
So that's the kind of thing I really enjoy the most. So I mentioned that to Todd, and he told me I can go ahead and do it.
Do it. Yeah. You just have to. You just have to do it.
I
You
will
just have
get
to do
there
it.
eventually. And I don't have to.
Probably sooner than you realize too.
I'm sorry.
It's probably sooner than you expect
I
too.
hope
I
so.
mean,
I get
yeah,
exciting things happen to me every single day, and I'm still pushing towards my goals.
yeah, yeah.
So, I have all these questions that I'm ready to jump into whenever you're ready.
Great. Yeah, let's do it.
How did you get involved with the Helstrom series?
I got a what's called I guess it's called a blind audition. My agent got a I did a thing called Mindhunter last year,
Okay.
and on Netflix,
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
I know that
cast.
series. I haven't seen
Yeah,
the recent season yet, but it's on my list of things to watch.
it's so good. It's so good. So the casting director was kind enough to remember me from doing Mindhunter, and she brought me in uh, to audition. And what was cool was they sent out sort of a mock, because they you have to protect the property. So what they sent was just a story, and you just kind of had to piece together. Wait, what's going on? What is this? What's happening?
Yeah.
And I lucked out. I got a chance to do a callback from the original audition, and then was brought in to meet Paul and Jeff and Megan and the producers on the show. And we just had a really wonderful meeting. And then, like, I think it was like a week later, got a phone call, and that was the beginning.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
You already mentioned your audition process actually. What made the producers like you so much to play the role of Louise?
I don't know. I think they I feel like, well, one thing that Paul said was that I think it just felt I just felt I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I've not been brave enough to ask. I think that part of it was that I felt like I was part of a team, you know,
Yeah.
and I felt I was a team player, and in the best sense of the word. It's easy to get caught up in this business in, you know, the ego of it all.
Okay.
And, you know, Paul says that what he likes is people who he just wants to be around.
Oh,
And he was kind enough to say that I'm just somebody he wants to be around. This
aw.
is, and the same thing goes for the rest of the cast. It is the most incredibly nice group of people. Everybody is really just in a good place. Um, and so they're really generous, and it it translates on screen, I think.
Right.
Um, so I think just I'm happy in I'm happy, and I want to work, and I guess that translated into good work. And so I knock wood. Yeah, you know.
That's fantastic. I would love to be around you too.
What a kind thing to say. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Talking to you and getting to know you, I'm like, oh, I'd like to be around you too.
Well, likewise. Oh my gosh, that really means a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
How did you prepare to play the character? Did you read any of the comics or do Wikipedia searches?
I did a little bit of Wikipedia research on um, the world of Helstrom, and then found out a little bit more about my character. I'm kind of in another universe, uh, and so I had that, but I didn't want to go too far into that, only because I knew that it was its own world.
Right.
So once I found out, as the basics, I did a lot of research on Catholicism, particularly Saint Teresa, which is a figure who which figures very symbolically in the story. Um, and I also did a lot of research on psychology.
Okay.
Um, and I just really wanted to make sure that I nailed Louise's backstory. So, between those two things, what her intellectual and academic background is, and um, how that combines with um, her her faith,
Right.
and then it was just what's in the script, you know? Yeah.
I knew a little bit about the Helstrom universe based on what I read online after the announcement of the series
Right.
for Hulu.
Right.
I have one of the graphic novels on pre-order, so I'm excited to
Wow.
get the chance to review that and experience the
Yeah.
comics for the very first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have not read a comic book in so long because I obviously haven't been able to get to a comic book store like this year.
Right. Yeah. They just opened up one near me, reopened, and it's kind of cool. I haven't been in a comic book store in like 10 years, and I suddenly realized, oh, I really miss being in a comic book store. I mean, I'm not an aficionado at all by any stretch of the imagination. But when you walk into a comic book store, there's just something really special about those places.
Yeah. I used to go like every other week or so just to get new comics or
Yeah.
buy a toy or something, and I haven't
Yeah.
done that since February.
Oh, you miss it, yeah?
Yeah, I definitely miss going to the stores, especially going to the ones that has all the old video game systems from like
Yep.
PlayStation 2.
Yep.
I'm a sucker for the retro games, so I'm
Yep.
slowly recollecting all the things I lost in my childhood.
Yep.
So I'm like wanting to play those again.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
that's one of the reasons why I like going to this particular store up about 20 minutes from me,
Yeah.
not just to get comics, but to go get video games as well.
Yes.
Places, games that don't sell anywhere else anymore.
What's the name of this place? What's it called?
Hot comics and collectibles.
Oh, wow. Wow. That sounds cool. The place that I went to is called Golden Apple. I wonder
I
how.
heard of that store.
Did you?
Yeah, I heard of it.
Oh, well, yeah. It's really cool, and the guy that works there is really nice, which always makes a difference.
I think I follow the Facebook page and I've seen some videos on that store as well, like some of the celebrity guests that go there. And
Yeah,
I recognize the name because I'm like, oh, I
yeah,
know that store. I've seen it on
yeah.
social media.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, then yeah, I feel even more. Uh, I'm really happy that that was where I went. Wow, that's neat.
I heard it's one of the top comic book stores in the Los Angeles area.
I can see why. It's awesome. It's awesome.
If I ever get there someday out to Los Angeles, I would like to go to that store.
Okay, we'll go together.
Awesome. Yeah, I do want to go to Los Angeles so bad. There's so many places I want to go see.
Yeah.
Um, I have some skeptical family members that do not really want to go to Los Angeles with me, like the traffic and too many people and the wildfires.
Well, they're all true. It's all true. But
Yeah,
well, Los Angeles is also really wonderful. The people are actually very uh interesting. And everybody's just kind of doing their own thing here. And there is a little bit of the LA sheen or whatever you call it. Um, but it's a really nice place to be. The sun,
exactly.
you get
I've
the
been wanting to go
sunshine.
there forever and seeing all the tourist attractions and going to Warner Brothers Studio, Marvel
Yeah.
Studios, all those places.
Yeah,
I
man.
wanted to see Jimmy Kimmel and
Yep.
um, Ellen and all those other live shows that are in Los Angeles. So there's a
Hmm.
lot of things
Hmm.
I really want to do out there someday.
Yeah, it's like, a few years ago I lived near what's called Hollywood and Highland. It's a mall.
Okay.
And one day I hear music as I'm coming out of my apartment building, and I walk down a block, and the music is getting louder and louder and louder. And I turn left onto Hollywood Boulevard, and I see a bandstand and all of these people. And sitting up on top of like a raised platform, banging away on piano keys, is oh, I'm gonna forget his name. Um, the lead singer from Coldplay.
Coldplay. That sounds familiar.
Yeah. Oh, what's his name? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm so bad with names.
It's okay.
Um,
I'm terrible with names too.
yeah, Viva La Vida. And I'm just like, that's Chris Martin. And he's playing on Hollywood Boulevard. Only in LA, and people are just walking by, get a free concert.
Gordon dressing up and going across one of those sidewalks or the crosswalks I see on his
One of the
show, and
crosswalks.
he does some of the weirdest things that are just so funny.
Yep.
Carpool karaoke is another one.
Karaoke, yes.
So
Carpool karaoke.
wonderful
Yep.
things in Los Angeles that I want to experience someday.
Yeah. Well, come on out.
I'll do my best.
All right.
When you're on the set, what was it like being on the set and working with the cast and the crew?
It was like being around family, honestly. You know, there was so much creativity happening, but also some real generosity. I think that, you know, I've been on sets where, everybody's nervous and everybody's running around on eggshells and no one is having very much fun. And, the only thing saving you is it's the work that you love. This every day was like, I'm going to work. It was so exciting to get to go to work every time. And, when I wasn't on set, I really missed it. I missed everybody.
Okay.
The way we all laugh and the way people just kind of take care of each other.
Right.
Cast and crew alike. The directors, the same thing. The directors were all super smart and really understood how we work as actors. And they might have all had slightly different takes, but I always felt cared for and safe. And so I felt free to make all kinds of choices between the cast, the crew, and the directors. It always just felt like play. Just felt like I was playing.
Does it feel like you're part of a one big happy family when you're there?
Mm-hmm. It really does. One big happy family. And it's special. It's very special. It's a very special feeling, Um, I know it. And so I don't take it for granted. But yeah, it was like being around your family.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I know that the Marvel family is really close, especially
Mm-hmm.
the actors in the MCU. They're always together, and to see
Yep.
that, I hope to be able to experience that someday in a career environment. Like I haven't worked since March, so I used to work in a movie theater.
Yeah.
I haven't been able to go back yet because it's not safe for me at this point.
Right.
So
Right.
I love going there and going to see movies after work, getting
Yeah.
the nice showings.
Yep. Oh, see, that's fun. Yeah. Working around movies is fun, isn't it?
Definitely did. I think I watched every single movie I've owned since then.
Wow.
I got like couple hundred movies, and I binge watched whatever I could find on streaming services, and now there's like nothing else to watch.
There's nothing else to watch.
I probably rewatched a couple of my favorite movies over and over again, and now I'm probably getting tired of it.
You getting tired of it? What are your favorite movies right now?
Harry Potter movies are probably
Yep.
the Harry Potter franchise, not just Marvel and Star Wars as well, but some of these major franchises have been a huge part of my life growing up.
Yeah.
So to have that around in the good and bad times, I'm happy to pop a movie in and just watch my favorite and just enjoy it.
And just enjoy it. Yeah. Just disappear into a world, that somebody conjured in their brain, and then you become a part of it, just sitting there watching it, letting it happen. And you're just like, I love movies.
I've been watching scary and horror movies every single day.
Have you?
Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, all those movies, and some of the other stuff as well. Like just last night I watched Casper. So
Really?
yeah.
I haven't even. Oh my god, I haven't even thought of that title in years.
Hi, buddy. You scared me.
Hi. Who's that?
That's my dog Bo.
Hi, Bo.
Scared me. Hey, buddy. You want my attention, do you?
Hello. Oh.
You wanted my attention, did you?
Mm.
Just me and him in the house so that I can see why he's lonely.
Oh.
Well, you're crashing the interview, bud.
I know, but I need you to love me right now.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, hi, Bo.
Never done that before, so this is hilarious.
Oh.
You are such a goofball.
And you love me. You love me.
You want to hang with me? Of course you want to go on the deck. That's your favorite spot.
Oh.
You want to get up here? Okay.
There you go.
Well, that's something I never had happen before.
Wow. Something new every day. Well, see, that's the thing with pets. They just kind of do their own thing, and you never know when they're gonna do it.
When it's just me and my grandma, who I live with, mostly towards the master at the house, which is my grandma.
Yep.
And when it's just me and him, he's all over me.
Yeah. Yeah. He's like, I need you to be my friend.
Such a goof.
It's great.
Yeah, that happened.
It's great. It's great. It's great.
Well, that's gonna be funny to watch on YouTube. You lay down. You can lay down. That's what's fine.
Right there.
I love to sit on the desk and watch the window out.
There you go.
You. I'm a little embarrassed there, but that's okay.
No, don't be embarrassed. Don't be.
Never had anyone crash an interview before.
Ooh.
So goofy. So yeah, I was saying earlier, I pretty much just watched all these movies, horror movies and scary movies, or just family fun scary movies.
Yeah.
For October, that's
Yeah.
what I do every single year.
Yes.
So I go through a couple of scary movies a day because there's so many to watch.
Wow. Oh my gosh. I'm a chicken. There are some. I love horror, but I can never quite.
I prefer the classics because they're so goofy back then.
Yes. You know what I really
Green movies for the first time a couple weeks ago, and I just kept laughing.
You just kept laughing.
I couldn't help it. It was just so silly for a '90s scary movie. It was just watching all the ghost face and the killers going around just trying to chase people in the most ridiculous way.
Yeah.
And it's just very funny. And the unrealistic effects is just what made it really cool back then. But people can see it as fake now. I don't care. Some of the real stuff that they show today are just too much for me.
It's a little much. Yeah.
I watched the movie Silent Hill a couple weeks ago.
Ooh.
Based on the video game, and I've never been more disturbed.
It's fun. I was just talking with somebody else about that, and we had the same reaction. It's just like, is all this necessary?
I know.
Is all this necessary?
On a video game. That's why I watched it. It was gonna be that scary and disturbing.
Yeah.
The sequel wasn't as bad, so I like the sequel more because it didn't show that much stuff.
Yeah, it left a little more to the imagination. Yeah.
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 The first one was just, nope, I'm never gonna watch that again.
Never again.
No, but a couple weeks ago, I on Halloween night, it was just me and my stepbrother in the house alone on Halloween night, and I told him he could pick a scary movie, and boy, did I regret it. The Human Centipede.
Oh! I'm so sorry. I'm so very sorry. I am so sorry.
It was his fault. He's the one that picked it.
And you're looking at him going,
I left before we could finish it.
I don't blame you, because it's just like, why with that movie? It's just one big question mark.
I know. It was just really, really disgusting.
Yeah, it was so
I can't even watch. I mean, some I can't even get through a Saw movie. I can't even get through some of the stuff
Mm-mm,
that are really gruesome.
mm-mm.
As soon as I saw Donnie Wahlberg get killed in a Saw movie, I was done.
He's like, okay, done. Okay, nothing is sacred. Done.
I was totally done. Some of
Yep.
that I can't handle, so I just stick to the ones I can watch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's very smart. Very smart.
What did you enjoy most about working on the project and being in the Marvel universe?
I think what I enjoyed most was getting to play a full human being. Honestly, what's great with acting is those moments where you get to be somebody flawed, where you get to be seen in a moment where in a moment of crisis and how you handle that crisis. And you know, I think that the writing in this was so good, and the character was drawn so well and fully that I got to express myself.
Right.
And I love my job. Sometimes it is um even more exciting than the concept of getting to do it. It's like, every so often you're sitting there going, I'm an actor. That's what I get to do for a living. But sometimes it just gets raised up another level. And with this, it was just getting to see these crazy things happen and having to respond to that, having an opinion about that. It was just so cool. It was so cool.
I can't imagine what it's like to be a part of the Marvel family. That's like one big universe there.
Yeah. Yeah. And every so often you're going, I'm in that, you know, I'm in that. What?
Whether it's Marvel or DC, it's all the same thing.
It's all the same. Yeah. It's just like, wow, this is this is wild. This is wild, man.
So now we got all these movies that were supposed to come out this year, but then
Mm-hmm.
everything got pushed to next year. So the
The next
waiting
year.
is hard to do.
Yeah, that's because you're just like, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
I
wait
mean,
for things to come out.
2020 was supposed to be a really good year for movies, and that just did not happen.
Uh,
The number one summer movie I was really looking forward to was Ghostbusters.
yeah. And that's, and now it's like,
Yeah. It got kicked to next year, so
the next year.
I guess
Boo.
2021, if it ever gets better, it'll be the 2021 will be the year for movies
For
instead.
movies. Yeah, I hope it's a really good comeback for movies.
Same
I
here,
hope so, because movies are so vital.
especially going
Entertainment is
to a
vital.
movie theater, and you just have to. Going to a movie theater is a really fun experience compared to watching
Yeah.
it at home.
Yeah.
Some movies I bought earlier this year when COVID happened because I was dying to see them, and after that I was like, I wish I watched it in the movie theater
You
instead.
wished you'd seen it in a theater. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't see Birds of Prey, did you?
I have. I got to see it before it all happened.
What?
I got to
Are you
see.
serious?
Yeah, I got to see the movie before everything shut down.
Oh, yes. Okay, yeah. Because I loved that movie. Did you see it in a
Yeah,
theater or did you?
I
So
got to
you,
see it in the theater. I have a copy downstairs in my entertainment basement where I have all my movies.
where you have all your movies. That movie was amazing,
I
and seeing
loved
it
it
in a
so much.
theater was so. Margot
I know
Robbie.
it's a sequel to Suicide Squad, but
Yes.
I didn't really enjoy the Suicide Squad movie.
Right, 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 right. I've heard that this is just up, except that she was amazing.
Yeah,
You
she's a
know.
major character. And
Yeah.
then now there's a reboot, hopefully coming out next year by the work of James Gunn. So I'm hoping
Oh,
that one is better than the last one
sure.
that came out.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
saw it in the movie theater and I just got kind of bored.
You did.
Yeah,
That's a bummer.
I only
But
went to the DC movie and I love superhero movies, so I
yeah,
had.
yeah.
The only time I fell asleep during a superhero movie was the Fantastic Four reboot from a couple years ago. That was no offense to anyone involved there, but it was just not that good.
It's like, oh,
I
that's
went
so
anyway, and I didn't even last 20 minutes.
you didn't even last 20 minutes. Oh, sadness.
Yeah, but I prefer the
Sadness.
ones that came out in 2005 and 2007 with
Yeah,
Jessica Alba and
with Jessica
Bill
Alba.
Bud. Those were
Yep.
the ones I grew up with.
Yeah. They were fun,
Those
man. They
were the
were
highlight of
fun.
my childhood because I was still new to Marvel at the time. I
Yeah.
started with Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, with
Yes.
Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Then I saw X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's my first
Yep.
X-Men movie.
Yep.
And my love for Marvel just grew up until the MCU. That kind of like blew up everything for me.
Yeah. That wow. So you know the whole canon, basically.
Pretty much. I do my best to remember everything, but I do get myself involved with all the movies and the series that were made.
Wow.
And now that I have Disney Plus, I can watch all the old animation series that I'd never seen as a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. It's it's amazing how many places there are that we have access to see stories now. It's
Yeah,
really cool.
especially Disney Plus that give me
Yeah.
access to movies on the road or give me
Yep.
access to stuff I'd never seen before
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
haven't seen since I was a kid.
Since you were a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of revolutionary. Yeah.
I love going back to my childhood and doing all these things I did back then. I'm like a old soul for a 22-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah. Little I can see that. Yeah, a little bit of an old soul there. It's like, huh.
I mean,
She's
next month I'm getting myself this little gaming device that'll allow me to play the original Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis games in one system.
really? They
Yeah,
make that?
I got that. It's called a Retron 5. Um,
Retron 5.
apparently it's legit, so I'm gonna be getting one of those, and it's like $80. So, but you gotta buy the games, and a
Yes.
lot of those can be really expensive now.
Oh, well, yeah. But it'll be worth it.
I grew up with the PlayStation 2. That was my very
Uh-huh.
first system.
Yeah.
My very first video games were Disney's Tarzan, Stuart Little 2, or Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for PlayStation 1 on that
Uh-huh.
system. And I never did finish those games when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Because I guess I didn't have the right memory card at the time.
Oh,
I
okay.
think I
Okay.
had to start over every single time, and I didn't even know it at the time.
Oh,
So
man.
now that I got my PlayStation, I kept all these games from my childhood, and I finished
Yes.
them.
So now and but now you get to go back.
Yeah, over and over again, and going back and play all these other games that I never had the chance to play, or ones I have played over and over again.
Yeah.
I especially love going back to the Harry Potter games because those were the most fun, especially
I can
PC
imagine.
versions of them.
Yes.
Those were really fun to play on my childhood.
Yeah. I didn't realize there was see, that's how little I know. I didn't know there was a Harry Potter game. You can play Harry Potter?
Yeah, there's a PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, PC, and then the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox and the Lego video games.
Uh-huh.
They were a lot of fun growing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I like the first three video games,
Uh-huh.
the PlayStation 2 and the PC. Those
Yeah.
probably my favorites to play over and over again.
Sure. Sure, sure.
I sure got a kick out of them, especially logging onto my computer. I have a
Oh yeah.
Mac computer, and I
Yeah.
found out I could download Windows on it. And now, since the last 2 weeks, I've been playing my old games without even knowing I could play them on there. And I'm like, oh, this is my childhood. I never forgot about this.
Oh. Yay.
But no, Disney or video games, anything like that, that's been important to my childhood. Like old toys that I had as a kid, I'm slowly recollecting. We had a
Yeah.
house fire when I was in junior high, so I lost
Oh.
a lot of my favorite things.
Oh. I'm
So
sorry.
it's okay. It's
Mm.
like 10 years ago now. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
but I lost a lot of precious toys that were a part of my life. Like
Mm.
some stuff that were very important to me. But at least I got to recollect them as
Yeah.
an adult, and I kept
Yeah.
them in the boxes this time.
Kept them in the boxes.
But that they were just stuff that were very important to me as a kid that I
Yeah.
get a kick out of.
Yeah. Yeah. But but recollecting them is it gives you the chance to revisit the memories, you know.
Exactly. I have a Harry Potter toy sitting right there on my display,
You
and
do.
it's just one that I had as a kid that I used to sleep with and carry around everywhere.
Oh, cool.
And I have a Harry Potter beach towel that I used as a blanket instead of a beach towel.
Yes. Yes, because beach towels are appropriate as blankets. I don't care what
Exactly.
anybody says.
Of course, I lost that one, but I keep seeing it on eBay where someone else wants it before me, so I obviously haven't been able to get it one.
So,
It's
well,
older. It's an older thing, so I'm sure it doesn't really exist anywhere else right now.
right.
But at least I get to get a few other things out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
So the show premieres on Hulu next week on the 16th.
This week, Friday.
Wait, this week. I said next week.
That's okay.
That's my fault. I have so many things going on, and
You've got a lot
we're
happening.
already
Yeah.
looking at things for next week, and then I said next week anyway. So,
Mm-hmm.
how should fans prepare to watch the show?
I don't know that there is a way to prepare for this show. I think get ready. What you want to do is have an open mind. Um, what you want to do is just be curious because it's a show that asks some really interesting questions about good and bad
Right.
and about how we make choices, um, what's who you are because of where you were born, how you were born,
Right.
and what is the choices that you make. And I think that what fans can do is just number one, be prepared to be scared. Um,
I do like
but
a
also
scare once in a while.
once in a while,
Well,
but not
I get
like
scared in
crazy.
person. I really get scared. People will jump out at me, and I scream no matter how big or small the scare is.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, I think these are the kinds of scares though that are they're smart scares, if that makes
Exactly.
sense. They're not easy scares. And I think that that's what makes them even more effective. So be prepared to be scared on a level that really makes you think. If that
Like
makes sense.
American Horror Story scared, or
Like I wouldn't even I don't even know if it's American Horror Story scare because that yeah, there is that, but this is just more of a what would I do kind of scared
right.
because the worlds are so this world is so um familiar that when these things happen in this very familiar world, it just makes you go, oh, that could that's plausible. I'm scared right now.
Well, I cannot wait. And if, like 2 days from now, I just realized that about my mistake earlier. But I'm so excited. At least the Friday will give me something to do and
Yes.
have something new to watch
Yes.
instead of having to constantly look on my streaming service for something to watch.
There's something to watch.
Because I just
It's
watch every single thing. I have marathons starting at the beginning of COVID, and I just don't want to go through all that again.
no. She's like, I've done it. I've seen it. I'm
Once in a while,
over it.
I like a good marathon, but not over and over.
Not over and over again. A marathon over and over again can get a little wearing.
Well, I really appreciate the time talking with you today, June. It was
Oh,
a
it's been so much fun
pleasure.
talking with you, Belle. It's so fun talking with you.
Me too.
Thank
It's
you so much.
fantastic. And I'm sorry about the little crasher.
No. I'm so happy to meet this wonderful fella.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
he's about to be a daddy again soon.
Is he really?
Yeah, we're breeding mini golden doodles, and she's supposed to be. We thought she was due on Monday, but
Yeah.
we might have the wrong due date. But she's
Okay.
about to have a father, a second litter, so we're pretty happy about that.
Oh, Papa.
And we have one of his sons at my dad's house, so we
Yeah.
call him Thor because he's
Thor.
a really big dog
Wow.
for a
He
mini
must be
golden
really big.
doodle. He's huge and heavy, but hence the name Thor.
Hence the name, yeah. Yay!
Yeah.
Oh,
He's so goofy sometimes, but yeah, it was really fun talking with you today, and I'm
so
so
much fun talking
excited
to
to
you.
see the show on Friday, and I look
I'm
forward to
excited for you to
connecting
see
with
it.
you after that.
Yeah, let's stay in touch, please.
I'd love to, and I was also trying to get in touch with the other cast members too, but you're the first one for me, so that makes it very special.
Well, haha, yay me. Yeah, this
It's
has
a
been
hit or
really
miss
fun.
for me, and I know Marvel ones can be really tough to get, and I just got lucky with you.
Well, I'm the lucky one. I'm so glad to get to know you.
Me too. We'll touch base on social media, and I'll
All right.
we'll touch base then.
All right.
It was very great talking to you, June, and I hope you have a
So cool
really
talking
great
to you.
rest of your week, and I look forward to
Thank you.
Friday.
Friday then. All right, and I'll talk to you soon after.
Yeah, same here.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye, Bo.